You guys need to try it. Good evening, guys. Here's your girl Ladimbungu, and today I wanted to share with you how to make bread chicken. Okay, I'm going to share with you this beautiful, I call it sexy chicken recipe. I'm going to show you how the presentation looks so good. The taste is amazing, and I'm going to show you how to make it today. Okay, so I had a video previously on one of my YouTube videos. It's a quick, less than 29 minutes video about my red chicken, but I haven't yet shared the recipe, how to actually make it. So I cannot wait to show you today how you can get this accomplished. Okay, so let's get started. I'll show you the recipe, and I'll show you the ingredients you need. And I'm also going to have French fries on the side, or should I say Ladi's fries on the side. They're also going to be red. Okay, they're going to be a red French fries, and I'm going to show you how to get that also accomplished. So let's get started. Let me show you the ingredients you need. All right, so for our red chicken, what I'm going to be using today, and you can use any kind of any part of the chicken you want, but what I'm going to be using today are about 5 chicken wings, about 5 drumsticks, okay, and always start with 1 tablespoon of salt. You can always add as you need. I have my bay leaf, nutmeg. We'll be using about half of a coffee spoon of nutmeg. Ginger root, just a little bit of a ginger root, as you can see. We are going to be using half of beetroot, about 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, about 1 stick of celery, and I use the one with some leaves on it, about 2 green onions, about half medium size of an onion, and 1 medium garlic. All right, so these are the ingredients we need for our red chicken. Let's get started. All right, so we are going to be starting by chopping our onion. Voila. Same with our green onions and our celery. We are going to be chopping them as well. Voila. We are going to be shredding our garlic and ginger root. Voila. Later on, we are going to be dividing our beetroot into 2 parts. Okay, we are going to be dividing them. This is an organic beetroot. It's about a medium size. It's not very big, but make sure you are using organic. It has to be organic beetroot, or it's not going to be very red, okay? Or the red is not going to last. So again, make sure you use an organic beetroot. So make sure you are going to be poking some holes into the chicken. Okay, we are going to be poking them, and I'll show you how. And the reason why I poke them, it's only to make sure the ingredients are going into the chicken. Once I put it on the stove, the ingredients are getting in very nicely, and that's what brings out the taste. Okay, so you'll be poking them like this. Okay, So put a poke on every single chicken. Just poke and poke about 2 to 3 times in each chicken. I'm going to be bringing my chicken over to the stove, and we are going to be adding about 1 glass of water. Okay, not too much water. Make sure you add all of the ingredients we had mentioned before. Okay, oil, salt, okay, salt, green onions and celery, onions, garlic and ginger root, nutmeg and bay leaf. Everything inside except for the beetroot. We are going to be adding that a little bit later, okay? So remember, you have to put about half glass of water, like a medium size of a glass of water. If you have a lot of chicken, you can put the entire glass of water. All I want you to do is do not put so much water. So start with a small amount of water, and you can increase as you go, okay? Just don't put too much water. So we are going to cover and let boil for about 15 to 20 minutes. Every 6 minutes or so, come back and check on the chicken, okay, to make sure it's not sticking to the bottom of the pot, and make sure you are not running out of water. If you feel like the water is running out, add a little bit of water as you go. So we are going to let boil now. For our beetroot, what I want you to do is take off the top part of it, and what we are going to do is put it in a blender, okay? We are going to put it in a blender, and instead of dividing it, you can just put the entire beetroot. Just in case you need more, you can always store the rest of it, okay? But we are going to put it in a blender with a little, I mean very small amount of water, because we want it to be so thick and concentrated. So I'm going to be blending the beetroot. I just put a little bit of water. You see that? Just a little bit of water, and I'm going to be blending my beetroot. Okay, I blend a lot of stuff on my blender, so those little dusts you see, they just don't go away anymore. I cook a lot, so these are permanent. They will not go away. Believe me, it's very clean. So sorry guys, I had to come and blend it. Had to come and blend it in my garage because my baby will be waking up, okay? So I had to come in the garage and blend my beetroot. So this is nicely blended, and this is exactly how we want it. It's nice and blended and very thick. You see, it's not liquid at all, very thick. So what we are going to do is rinse, we are going to filter it using a coffee filter. The coffee filter, I only use it for, I do not use it for coffee. I use it for everything else but coffee. You can use whatever you can, just to get the juice out without any residues. This is how I'm going to be filtering my beetroots, so I can have nothing but juice. Okay, we don't want any kind of residues. All we want to have is juice, beet juice, and this is how I'm going to be filtering it using my coffee filter. Beetroot is very strong. It's very strong, so be very mindful of the amount of beetroot you are going to be using. And this is why I use the entire beetroot. And then what I'm going to do, we are going to be measuring how much beet juice we need based on tablespoons, basically using a tablespoon. Okay, later on I'll show you how to do it, but this is how I filter my beet to obtain the juice. And I use just a little bit of water. I think the water I put inside my blender was 2 tablespoons of water and an entire beetroot. Okay, make sure you have a really nice blender. If you have one of those cheap blenders, it may not work as well. My blender is very powerful. Okay, so as you can see, the water is getting very thick. It's becoming a little bit thicker, and this is what we want. Okay, so once you see the chicken, it's starting to separate a little bit from the bone, that's how you know it's ready. This took approximately 24 minutes, about 24 minutes. So at this point, what I want you to do is put 2 tablespoons of beetroot juice. And I want you to put the stove at a very low fire, because the chicken is pretty much ready. We just want our chicken to have the red color. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of beet juice we have made. So I have my stove at a very low fire, and I'm going to be adding now, this is 1 tablespoon and 2 tablespoons of beetroot, and kind of shake it a little bit or stir a little bit so that the broth can be mixed with the chicken. What we are going to be doing next is frying the chicken. But before we do it, we are going to let boil for an additional 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, and you can turn, at this point you can turn the fire a little bit high, not too high but high enough so that our broth can get even more thicker to where there is almost nothing left, so that we can fry the chicken. Okay, but make sure you mix all of the broth with our chicken. So the sauce is it's red. So when we have when everything is fried and we are ready to present our chicken, I'll show you how to make the chicken even more red. So, but I'm about to fry the chicken on a low fire. You see, I put some oil in a frying pan because I'm not going to be deep frying my chicken. I'm going to be frying them both sides. Once the oil is ready, you can feel it. You can feel a little bit of a heat. So that means the oil is ready. Don't let it get too hot, but hot enough so that you can fry. once you put your chicken in the frying pan, you can cover it if you don't want any oil to be splashing on you, okay? So on a medium fire, please. So this is exactly how you want to be frying the chicken, okay? As you can see, it's a little bit red, not too red yet, but I'll show you how to do the finish touch to the chicken. Don't throw away the broth, it's very red. Don't throw it away. And the taste is amazing. Oh, I'm telling you, if you could taste it through this video, you will be in heaven today. I'm kidding, but just try it, guys. Try it at home. Try this recipe. You will be amazed. So now I'm going to flip them over to the other side. And how do I know they are ready? Because the surroundings are getting a little bit golden, meaning that one side is ready, and I'm going to flip it to the other side and fry the other side as well. Okay, see that? That's how you flip it. Flip it to the other side. Voila, and you are going to do it with all of pieces of chicken. So our chicken is ready. So now we are going to put it more red by adding 2 tablespoons of beetroot juice. 1 and 2. And you can add more if you want it to be more red, but I'm going to be doing 2 tablespoons, and I'm going to be shaking it so the entire chicken is covered with beetroot juice. So just like that, you are going to be shaking it until it's covered entirely and becomes red. Sorry about that. So just like that, we have our red chicken. After washing my potatoes, I have about 4 medium-sized potatoes. I put them in water. The reason why I put them in water is so the color doesn't change, and you can now slice them however you desire, because we are going to be frying them. I'm going to show you how I fry my potatoes to make French fries. Oh la la, c'est très bon. I'll show you how I make my French fries. They're so tasty, crunchy, and lovely. Okay, so now I'm going to be frying my French fries. And the perfect way to fry French fries is once you put it on the stove, after a few minutes, once it starts getting a little bit golden like this, you get it out, let it sit for about a minute or a minute and a half, and then after, we are going to put it back to fry for a second time until it's golden or crispy, however you like it, and then it's going to be ready. So you can use the broth that we had boiled the chicken with for your presentation. Put it on a plate around your red chicken. So once our French fries or potatoes are done, I'm going to be putting a little bit of beet juice so they can become red, okay? and we are going to be shaking it. You don't have to do this. This is only what I want to do, okay? All right, as you can see, this is our red chicken and red French fries or red potatoes. My baby's crying, guys, so I have to go, but I wanted to show you how to get this accomplished, okay? Until next time, don't forget to watch my videos. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos. All right, love you guys. This is so good. I am not even exaggerating. You guys need to try it.
What are you eating?
Very good. Very good.